Yeah. He or she was present when a crime was committed against another person. Substantial bodily harm as a result of the crime committed against the other person, and that the other person is in need of assistance. And you could have reasonably summoned assistance for the person in need. Yes. Now, I've suffered a lot of bodily injury. In fact, another tooth just broke today while I was having lunch. I've documented numerous instances, yes, of bodily injury. And you, as law enforcement, fail to summons assistance when you are present at the actual crime of the documented crime. Now, I lost everything that I owned. Coach, you remember when I said I was going to sue every person in law enforcement for the burglarization? Yes. Vandalism? Yeah. You said I can't. Well, did they watch the videos? Did they read the email? Were they on the Facebook? And did they know that I got burglarized? Did it cause me a lot of? Well, I was up all night going through the minimum. It did cause me some physical pain, discomfort, yes. And then there's that custodial interference in the first, second degree, yes. You know, coercion has the same meanings provided, yeah. Involuntary servitude means a condition of servitude in which the victim was forced to work by the use or threat of physical restraint or physical injury, by the use or threat of coercion through law or legal process. Now you're going to make me go to court again. Through the use of coercion, yes. Threat of coercion through law or legal process. If I don't appear in court, it's coercion, yes. Every time I appeared in court, it was coercion. Yes, because you issue fraudulent court orders. I was never arrested for domestic violence or child abuse. The sheriffs and the police departments refused to enforce the civil rights of myself and my family. You conspired to commit child abduction and child kidnapping, and then you made up crimes where you used the law or legal process, yes, to involuntary servitude me. Now, I'm absolutely sure, yes, involuntary servitude. I have to call my public defender back and say, well, the 23rd is the day after Thanksgiving, and I wanted to spend Thanksgiving with my family. Oh, 23rd doesn't look good. Maybe he didn't think about that. Yes, probably wants the day off himself so he could spend time with his wife and kid or kids. Ouch, ouch. Looks like it's the 30th. Now, since you've been using this coercion through law or legal process, yes, since 2011. Involuntary servitude is a condition of servitude in which the victim is forced to work by the use or threat of physical restraint or physical injury by the use of threat of coercion through law or legal process. Now, maybe it's not work. How about appearing in court, Judge? Ooch, you request my presence in court? I'm not evading going to court. Just give me the notice of court hearing. That would be coercion through a law or legal process. Now, relative means an ancestor, descendant, sibling, including a relative of the same degree through marriage or adoption or a spouse. You want to keep my sons playing football because they're half the football team coach? Yes. That would be involuntary coercion? Yes. Involuntary servitude through the use of law or legal process. I think I can sue the Quilcene football team. Yep. You know, I was watching the news and it seemed like a couple coaches were upset at each other. One was from Mount this and Mount that. Yes. And then there's this interclassic athletic organization that was going to do an investigation on why coaches were angry with one another. Yes. What if I just sued each and every coach of the United States of America? It seems that through the use of law or legal process, there's the involuntary servitude of obligating my sons to have to play football because they're half the team and their team's a winning team this season. Now, when you issue a legal process, yes, without any due process to myself, yes, yes, yes. And the five minors named, two of them happen to be star football players, Pooch and Zachary and Bishop. It could be the Quilcene School District in each and every school district of the United States of America is actually involuntarily obligating them to play football without the consent of their father. Now, I've been wanting to sue. Yes. Why don't you get me the two mounts that decided they were going to have an argument? Yes. And then the superintendent of schools? Yes. That was on the news this morning? Yes. Because I'd like to sue that fucker right now. Now, I know. You're the Interscholastic Athletic Association. And it seems that coaches were using profane language, profane, as a parent that's been kind of documenting this law and legal process. Yes. When you don't enforce my rights, yes. You don't enforce the requirements of the law, yes. And you issue court orders where the petitioner doesn't sign, yes. You've been involuntarily involved on my sons without my consent as a father. Now, there could be a lawsuit in every school district of the United States of America. Involuntary servitude. Now, restrain means to restrict a person's movement without consent or without legal authority. Yes, in a manner which interferes substantially with his or her liberty. Restraint is without consent. Every time you arrested me for violating this protection order, yes, I was never arrested for domestic violence. You would have thought that before you could issue. Now, I know I put approved and emergency on this one. Yes. Now, physical force, intimidation, or deception, as in you deceived my sons into believing that this was all legal. Yes. And then you keep playing them in a football game so you can win the championship when I think I can sue every coach in every school. Now, including acquiescence of the victim if he or she is a child less than 16 years old or an incompetent person, then parent, guardian, instead of have lawful control because stay is not acquiesced. Now, my 5 sons, yes, when I got served this in the Quinn Public Library, yes, at that time they were 13, 12, 11, 8, and 4 years old. Yes. For the last 3 years, since November 15th of 2015, I've been informing you that violates my rights and their rights. But for some reason, for the last 3 years, you kept saying, well, it is lawful for what we're doing. I say it's deception. Deception is deception. Now, without legal authority, yes, you've been interfering in my rights as a parent, yes, and they involuntarily have been having to play football for a team that just has to win. Serious harm. I thought about it. What if they got tackled, got run over by one of these steamrollers? The whole thought of this physical or non-physical, psychological, financial, reputational harm. I know you wanted me to get a job so I could be a commuter. Yes, so you could garnish my wages for the last 10 years. But I think my reputation has been harmed because you never had jurisdiction